YouTubers, welcome to Matthew's Reviews. So today we're going to be reviewing the Heat Hog 9000 BTU portable propane heater, and I just want to run you through some of the features. We're going to start here at the very top and go all the way through, and that way I can show you everything about this thing. So make sure you stay tuned to this video. So we're going to start off by giving you some measurements. It measures 13 7/8 of an inch tall, 9 1/4 inch wide, and roughly about 11 inches from front to back. So the first thing that I noticed when I pulled this heater out of the box is it's got a really sturdy handle, and you can see that this thing is thick plastic, and it's a thick handle. It's not like some little puny handle that you'd find on some of the other heaters. This thing is really built really well. You'll see that this thing has a really thick guard on the front of it, and I'm not joking, this thing is thick. Like literally you can't bend the metal on the guard on the front of this thing. I gotta say that my first impressions of it is it's built really good. Most heaters aren't built this stout. I know everybody wants to see this feature because this is what makes this Heat Hog special than some of the other heaters. They don't offer this, but it's able to tilt back 33 degrees. So that is just what sold me on this product, because you know, with some of those little Heat Buddies and some of the other little smaller heaters and stuff, you know, with them just pointing directly towards your ankles and the front part of your shins, if you've got it sitting down on the ground, you know, it's going to burn your legs up, and your waist and upper body is going to get cold. With this thing here, you can tilt it back, like I said, up to 33 degrees, and you can actually direct that heat where it needs to go. So after I tilted it back, I thought, well, maybe somebody out there might want to know a measurement. And so I've tried to measure it from the furthest point here in the front to the furthest point here in the back, with it tilted all the way back at that 33 degrees, a little over 14 inches. You know, it does add a little bit of width when you do tilt it back. It doesn't have as small of a footprint, but it's not huge or anything. My favorite feature, besides it tilting, is this here on the back. It's got a spot here where you can take and mount you a screw into the wall on each side and just hang the heater. Let's say you're in a deer blind or whatever, and you want to hang this up on the wall in there so it's not right there at your feet, and you want to put it right there blowing towards you. You can just hang this on the wall, or if you've got a workshop or something like that, just hang it right on the wall. And when it's time to get into the unit to refill the tank, just pick it up off the wall and move it off like that. Very simple. So now whenever you want to get into the back compartment here to hook up your propane tank, and you can use the 1 pound propane tanks, or you can use the 20 pound propane tanks if you have the hose adapter. But in order to hook those up, you have to get into this back compartment. There's a little area here to put your thumb in on this side or this side, so you can go on either one, it doesn't matter. But when you pull it off, you'll see that there's like a little safety cable there, and it holds this plastic door so you don't lose it or step on it and break it. It just kind of holds it in place for you. And what you want to do with it, when you take the door off, what you want to do is just kind of twist it upside down and then just set it to the side. Okay, and once you get your door pushed over to the side, you'll want to look up in here, and you'll see that there is the threads where you can hook it on to the regulator right in there and hook up your tank. But one little tip for you is, before you hook your propane tank up, make sure you clean any kind of residue or paint off the end of these little propane bottles. Man, I've been getting a lot of them that have, you know, just paint that's coming off. Just trying to clean them threads off. This one's brand new from the store. But anyways, just thread the tank up into that area right in there, and you turn it clockwise. And you can see that I've got a lot of room to adjust in and out, you know, while I'm trying to get it adjusted so I can get it lined up to fit on those threads. And then once you feel it snugging up, you don't want to go crazy on it because you don't want to break those fittings. You'll tell when it's snug enough. Like I said, you ain't got to go super tight with it. You get done tightening it up, you'll see that it fits down in there, and it kind of locks in place. It feels like there's maybe a magnet or something down in there to lock it in place. And what it does by being in this little area right in here is it warms this tank up, because when these little bottles get cold, you can't get all the propane out of them. So that's one of their features, is it takes some of the heat it's putting out from the heater, and it actually heats up the bottle a little bit, and so you're able to get more propane out of these bottles than what you could on some of the other heaters. So I thought that was a pretty cool feature. And so once you're done screwing this in, Then you can replace the cover by just turning it back up like that, hooking it in place, and then you're good to go. Now, if you want to hook this heater up to a 20-pound tank, you can do that. You would take this hose here, you have to buy it separately, but you hook this end to your propane tank just like you would on a gas grill. You just tighten it up, and then this end basically just screws right in there, just like where the bottle threaded in. You just screw the hose in there, and you can see right in there that on that brass fitting is, you know, a place for you to grip it and turn it, where you don't need any tools or any of that. You don't need to put no channel locks or no pliers on it. You know, you can actually grip it, and you don't want to get it very tight. You want to get it snug, but not so tight you're gonna break something. But yeah, you just use this hose, and then you would turn on your 20-pound propane tank, and then you would go ahead and light it just like what I'm fixing to show you here in just a second. All right, so one good thing about this heater is it doesn't require any kind of external batteries to ignite the propane, so that's good. It's just one less thing you got to worry about. This one here has the piezo igniter, and it's right down here at the bottom. And so whenever you turn this knob counterclockwise, you can see the igniter, and it lights up down there. Anyways, I like this one because it doesn't require any kind of extra batteries. All right, so I'm gonna show you how to start the heater. And I know that you guys can't see it, but on this side, you can see that there's a little arrow right here on top. It's actually pointing to where it says off right in here. And then what you wanna do is you wanna take this knob and you wanna push down, and then you wanna turn it counterclockwise till it shows that there's like a little flash symbol right here, and that's for it to ignite. And so we're going to do that, but when we turn it counterclockwise, we're holding it in, and then you can see down there in the bottom there's the flame, and then you kind of lift up on it just a little bit and turn it to your left. And then when you turn it to your left, it'll light the heater up. It'll take it just a second. There you go. And there is your first setting. And then if you want to move it down to the second setting, you know, it'll get even hotter. But you can see, you know, it lights fairly easy once you purge all the air out of the tank. You might have to ignite it 4 or 5, maybe even 10 times sometimes to get it to actually ignite. But once it ignites, it's very easy to start it and even turn it off. And so you can see that it's running, and I can feel the heat. This thing's really cranking out on just on the first level. Now you can see that I've still got it on the level 1 there, and I was looking through the manual here, and it says for this unit, like I said, it's a 9,000 BTUs, and it says it has the 2 heat settings, and then it says that it can heat an area up to 225 square feet. And it says that it will run for 2.3 hours on a little 1-pound propane bottle. So I was looking through the manual and reading about how far away that you have to be in front of the unit, and it says that you want to have a minimum clearance from combustibles at least 40 inches in front of the heater. 16 inches on the sides and 40 inches on the top, but it says here on the back there's no clearance. You can butt it up next to a wall. Like I said, you can actually hang it on a wall. Now it says in the manual that this heater can be used in an emergency for indoor use. Now, that being said, it says not to hook it up to a 20-pound cylinder, because I'm pretty sure it's illegal to have like a 20-pound propane tank in your house, because, you know, if it was to explode, it would make a hell of a mess. But you can hook the 1-pound bottles up to it and you'll be fine. You just have to have some ventilation. It says here in the manual that the Heat Hog portable propane heater comes equipped with an oxygen depletion sensor, ODS, and it's safe for indoor use in small enclosures such as cabins, RVs, 3-season porches, ice fishing huts, tents, tent travel trailers, truck caps, and conversion vans. These types of enclosures must have the ability to provide air and fresh air ventilation. This heater is also suitable for emergency indoor heating when connected to a disposable 1-pound propane cylinder. So, you know, last year around, I think it was January, man, it got really cold here in Tennessee, and we had a busted water pipe in the bathroom. So I was like, man, I've got to get one of these because, you know, hey, if it got real cold, like way down into the single digits, I don't want to deal with busted water pipes again. So I'm warning you now, if you need a heater, you better buy them up because they might be hard to find, you know, if there's a cold wave in your area. All right, so I've had this Heat Hog going for just a few minutes now. I've got it on the first setting, and I tried to check it with a thermal camera, and it said that it was only, the thermal camera said it was only reading like 100 degrees. Well, I know that wasn't right. So I tried the infrared thermometer here. You know, I shine it in there, and instead of giving me a temperature, oh, there it goes, 923, and then it just says high. It won't go any higher than that. So it's got to be over 1,000 degrees just on low. I mean, this thing gets super freaking hot. And I gotta say, it's just been running just a few minutes here, and just on that first setting, and you can definitely tell that I'm sweating already. But when you first crank this thing up and ignite it, you can hardly tell it that it's even going, because it takes it a few minutes for that area in there to start glowing red. So, you know, just keep that in mind. And then I'm going to go ahead and switch it over to setting number 2. And you can see that it might be glowing just a little bit more red, but that's about it. It has really no noise. All you can hear is just a little bit of a flickering sound from the flame down there. But as far as it being annoying and having a fan going, there's no fan inside of it. I gotta say, you know, it's pretty neat to be able to tilt that thing back like that and direct that heat upwards wherever you need it. Now, again, on a 1 pound propane cylinder, you're going to get roughly around 3 hours out of it. So you can kind of guess from that what you would get out of a 20 pound propane tanks. Gotta say, I'm pretty impressed with the heater. It does seem very well built. The guard on the front of it is super heavy duty. The handle and the casing, I love it that it tilts. So now I'm going to show you how to turn it off. So when it's time to turn the unit off, you just want to mash down, turn it all the way clockwise until you hear it click, and then you'll see it'll be in the off position, and you can see right there, very easy to turn it on and off. So gotta say, pretty impressed with the heater. I think it's a good quality. I definitely approve of it. So if you're interested in the Heat Hog 9000 or even some of the other heaters that they have, check out my link down below, and it is an Amazon affiliate link, so I'll get a tiny little bit of commission if I send you to the link, but it doesn't cost you guys any more if you just went and Google searched it and went to Amazon yourself. But if I provide you with a link, Amazon gives me a little bit of commission for it, and so it just helps my channel out and brings me more products to you guys to review and show you how to use them, and hopefully some of the videos are helpful to some of you. But anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next video. See ya.